Chat, what's going on? Cooking a brisket today, a little something. I got the cooker and the brisket for both for free, and I wanted to use the cooker and the brisket was going freezer burnt. Didn't go according to plan, that much. I'm not going to speak too much in the video because it took like 6 hours to cook everything. Let's get going. Got the brisket. This is just how it came. I don't think I'm going to trim anything. It's pretty thin. It's a pretty shitty brisket. Come over here. Got my little mop basting juice. I'm going to spray it just because let me show you what I'm going to cook this in. Beer. I use Bud Heavy because I have it and no one drinks it. Apple cider vinegar, olive oil, some paprika, salt, and pepper. Let me show you what I'm going to cook it in. Update. Not enough, so I gotta make it like 4 more times. All right, that's enough. Ba-bam. All right, now let's see. Let's look in the seasoning cabinet to what we're gonna season on this. All right, let's look in the seasoning cabinet. Got a whole bunch of shit. I know a lot of people, like Texas people, they say salt and pepper, and then you don't need anything else. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go... No. I think I'm gonna go with this one. Here she is. Here's what I'm gonna cook her on. Okay, so you're set up on a tailgate of a truck because I don't want to go grab my tripod right now. But here she is. It's a Kaha China roasting box for a 100-pound pig. And you're probably like, Garrett, that's the biggest piece of shit in the world. And you're like, yeah, it is. But what I'm gonna do is I got it for free. And I have a brisket that was starting to freezer burn, starting to burn. So let's get her cooked, right? All right, here's the brisket. Let's get her all seasoned. All right, so I got her all seasoned up. I'm not going to use a binder. What I did was I used the pre-made seasoning that I had, and then I also added some black pepper to it just on top because it needs a little bit more pepper into it. I could add a little bit more salt, but I don't feel like it. So just some of that, some pepper, and I'll meet you out at the smoker or roaster. All right, so I got her in there. I did a little bit of research on this box, and this is how it's telling me to do it. It's telling me to have it on the grate. I made sure everything's all supported up, and let me put the lid on it. All right, got her all set up. I got my little chimney on there. At the bottom, full of some paper. Now, the only issue is in about an hour and a half, it's supposed to have like 40-mile-an-hour winds. So we'll see how the charcoal does on it. So the basics of this box is, you ever hear like the song where it's like, we got the pig in the ground, we got some beer on ice? Yeah, it's sort of supposed to emulate, burying your meat in the ground. So, car just went by. So you put your coals on top, and then the heat inducts down in. So let's just get her lit up. All right, got the coals already. Now we're just gonna dump them out. At least I hope they're ready. So down, I got them spread across evenly. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let them sit for about an hour. It's just gonna get it heated back up. And then I'm gonna pop it off, throw some basting juice on it, and then put it back on it, and then put another 10 pounds of charcoal on top. Just new stuff to keep it going. All right, so wind's picking up. It's been an hour. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the lid off. I'm gonna mop some of my basting juices on there, and then I'm gonna throw the lid back on for another hour, and I'm gonna throw another 5-6 pounds of charcoal over top. Here's how she's looking after an hour. I just put my basting juices on there. You can see the fat starting to render, and there's a little bit of juices puddling up there. And the charcoal. I'm following this really junky recipe that I found online, and it sort of sucks, but I just threw a whole bunch of more charcoal on top. What it's going to do is it's going to get with those other coals that are still burning, and hopefully it hot pops them right up. You can start to see some smoke coming off of it, so hopefully that goes right back up. I think it's checked back in an hour, so See you in an hour. I don't know why I'm so surprised, but these coals are cooking. There's some good heat coming off of it. Let's see where. It's 11:37. So these coals have been on for almost 20 minutes. They're cooking, you know. Too bad this cooker is wooden. I'm afraid it's gonna catch on fire, but. All right, yeah. 2 hours in, here's how she's looking. It's pulling up pretty good right there. You can see the fat's starting to render down. We've got some good drippings coming out of it. What we're gonna do is they want us to pull it out, wrap it in aluminum foil, baste it again, and then put it back in there. I got her in there. I put a good amount of juices in there. Got her all wrapped up, put her in there. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put that back on there, shake the ashes through in the pan, and then put another just another, coating of charcoal on top so it stays good. All right, got all the stuff on there. I'm just gonna let it sit for, I think it's another hour. Bring it up, stick a thermometer in it. It'll be good. All right, another hour went through. You can see the coals are down a little bit. It's been an hour of it being wrapped. Now I'm gonna put a thermometer in it, see where she's at, throw a little bit more charcoal on it, and it's just gonna sit in here until it comes up to temp. All right, got the thermometer in there. Reading 117. I'm gonna shoot for 180 because that's what everything's saying. You can see it's catching. The new coals are catching on. I'm gonna come back out and check it in an hour. All right, hour later, we're sitting at 120. I threw a little bit more charcoal on there. This thing sucks. Let me interject. So, one thing I realized throughout this whole thing is I did not put enough charcoal on it each time it said like add 5 pounds. I thought I added 5 pounds. I didn't. So it wasn't cooking hot enough. If I had more time, it would have came out good. But it came out good. I'm not gonna say it's not. I'm not gonna say the cooker didn't do a good job, but I had it on. It was going good, but I was coming so close to dinner time, and I figured a lot of the fat already rendered out, which it did. A lot of the intramuscular fat rendered out. So I brought it in the oven. I turned the oven on 225 to, I think 225 or 250, and cut to that clip. Back again. So you can see next clip. I took it out at 185. I should have took it out a little later. I should have took it out more like 190. I think I read that the collagen, the layer in between the two parts of the brisket, it melted 195. I know you're supposed to cook brisket to around 200. I took it a little early. It was still good. I wasn't doing it, perfectly Texas style. I mean, I didn't do straight salt and pepper, and I didn't cook it in a smoker. This was just a trial and error kind of thing. So next time, cook it a little longer. So I ended up cooking some chicken because my dad invited a whole bunch of people over. But, look at the brisket. It came out pretty good, nice and juicy. It doesn't have a crust on it or a bark, whatever you call it. It came out good for me. I don't really do much brisket. I do a lot of steaks, chicken, pork chops, pork steaks. Not too much into the barbecuing, but it's cool. It's a nice experience. I noticed no one liked my last video. Why not? Hit that like button. Right? Bye-bye.